Okay. Let's get in the right mode. Good morning.
Good
This is
morning.
BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. You know, when you go live, you never know what you're going to get. Life is like a box of chocolates.
It really is.
We are here with Coach Caren Fern, all the way from Toronto, Canada, and we are just excited to be here with her and to welcome you all to the show. Coach Karen brings so much information from so many different industries. You are going to be excited to hear from her. Make sure you get your questions lined up because she's here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle. Now, we know that when we have an expert in the room, the best thing we can do is formulate intelligent questions. Okay, so get your pencils and papers out and let's just get our brains in gear because we have Coach Karen Fern here all the way from Profits in Daily. You can find her on the internet on Instagram, Facebook, and there's where you can really connect with her. Also, we're going to be putting up her link so that you can actually book an appointment. Oh my gosh, to talk to her about what's going on in your universe. So, with that, we're going to get started. I'm going to put her in the position of authority because she is the expert this morning. And I just want to give her the floor and give her the acknowledgement that she deserves. Good morning, Coach. What you got
Good
for us?
morning, Terry. Well, we're finishing up this month. We're gonna keep in the coaching realm of things, guys. So
Mhm.
we talk on the ninth, we talk about coaching and why I love it, why I do it, why I love helping people. And then on the part two, we talk about why people come for coaching and how it benefits them. Today, we're going to talk about coaching, the financial part of it. And
Uh,
then next week, we'll talk about some key focus topics. So we're just taking this month and just starting this new quarter talking about coaching, where it takes us and what happens. Okay. And what we
okay.
need to do. Because this is sometimes, and I went to a couple of things happened earlier this month that I attended, and it's really beautiful that I get to explain to people. Some people, you can see the light bulbs going off. You can see they're recognizing, hey, I always wanted to, but I was afraid to ask because I think I didn't have enough money to pay for it and that sort of thing. Excuse me. So it was really nice to be able to just sit at round tables and explain what I do, how I do it, and how it's a good thing, and get some people wanting to just move on with it. All right. So today we're talking finance. And here's the area I'm going to go into with finance. We're talking about how, we're going to talk about the how, we're going to talk about the what are some of the key areas to focus on in your business, myself as a coach that I focus on and I help you focus on in your business, how to apply it, because we talked before about Jenny's story and how she's able to apply it. We talk about
Mm.
developing yourself as a coach. So this is twofold. If you're a person who's thinking or is a coach and hasn't developed yourself yet to where you want to be, this is a way for you to get some pointers out of that. Or if you want coaching and you're not sure how you're going to financially support yourself through it and that sort of thing, this might help you think about that. And also, what I do in the money arena of the coaching that I do, which is money and mindset, they go hand in hand. And I'm going to do a plug right away. And then at the end, I got a program coming up. I haven't even named it yet, but I was so excited because when I get done poor, I just have to sit and write. And yesterday I did a new area writing, and it was just flowing. But what it basically is so that you can find out who you are. And I've been saying it for a while now. Find out who you are so you can find out what you want to do and then how to do it, how to set it up, how to do it. And a lot of things I talk to you guys here on the BizChicks about is going to be in that program because the more I talk to people, the more people I have coffee time with or like the, meetups with, I'm realizing they might be in business, but not sure if this is what they want to do because they haven't found out who they are. When you get to understand that having a small business goes hand in hand with who you are, and it's like that, you ever see the nail thing where it just goes in and push against each other? That's what you are with your business. And when you start understanding that, you're not feeling guilty if you took a day off. You're not feeling guilty no more if you decide, I want to get my home a spring clean and then bring in the cleaners because I want to see what it takes. So when I have a conversation with them, I'm okay for them to come in and clean for me. I want to set up my cooking menu for a week. So when I'm ready to hire somebody to help with a sous chef, I know what I'll need from them. Because sometimes we see people talk about these things and we want it, but we don't know what to do when we actually hire it out because we haven't experienced what the need really is. We're just saying it because we saw somebody else say it. So finding out who you are really helps with that.
Okay. So coaching will help us find out who we are?
It will. This program that I'm coming up with, it will find out who you are to the core. Because a lot of times you understand you surface level, you might go a level in, but if there's a lot of hurt, it's hard to go further in. So that's what I will do. But today, we're talking about developing your financial literacy, managing debt, and building a savings. That is part of what I do as a coach. So that's the part where I'm going to tell you what I do as a coach. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit of, if you're a coach, the area you might want to focus on and how to develop yourself. Twofold. You guys getting 2 for 1. So for me as a business coach, because all this month long, I'm just telling you about my coaching practice, what I do, how I do it, how I help people. And part of it, you need to know the financial part of it. It's going to be an investment in yourself to be coached, period. There's no running around it. There's no hiding about it. It is going to cost you some money. But when you put in the time and the work, I tell you, you just see results. You really just see results. You don't see results when you feel stuck and don't think you can call up your coach, which you're supposed to. We all offer it. Send us an email. Ding us. Even if it wasn't the day to meet, if you send us an email, I love 2 of my clients I'm with right now because they are just good on, Coach, did you send me the homework? Or I'm not getting this. Or they'll send me an email so I can put it on the paper for them and they can go back in and do it. Because when they come back, they want to know that they're coming back with stuff. So they're ready. Those are my ready people. I love those people because they're ready to be coached and do the work. Even if everything is not getting done. This is the other thing, guys. Maybe everything is not getting done, but you're doing the main thing.
Okay.
Please know that you might not be able to do 100%, but you could. And if you're there, 80 or 70, I see you doing it. The more you do, the more I want to give you tools for you to do it better.
Gotcha.
All right. So when I tell you, when I say help with financial literacy, I send you to research things, of course, but I explain things to you, how your money works, how you're feeling about the money that you're spending, accepting, charging, pricing, all that stuff on the economics. It is a feeling that makes you do what you do, whether you get it or not. This is why I constantly keep talking about finding out who you are. When you see if you're older and you see a younger person say that they make tons of money and you're like, A, oh my God, that is not true. Or B, I wish I could do it. It's only because at the time, and let me preface to say, you might not have been in the position to do it financially when you were younger. I get that. But part of it is that you couldn't see yourself in the position to do it when you were younger. This is a thing. When I found that out about myself, it's not like you can't. You just haven't seen yourself in the position to do it. And when you can't see yourself, then you can't be there because you can't see you there. So people would say, go in a room with people who you admire. You got to go a lot to break down the walls.
Gotcha.
That you belong there. So the same thing with financial literacy. I'm going to say to research. I'm going to say to do some work. But you get to come back and discuss it with me. You get to tell me what is in the way. I got a new client, and I remember she saying the first meeting, I could see she unsure, she wasn't knowing what to do. And our second meeting, I said to her, "You're smiling." She's like, "I didn't get half of the stuff done, but I am organized. I am getting
Mm,
organized, coach. Like, I am doing the things that I am dreading, but you told me I have to do them, so I am doing them." And
gotcha.
then that led into a better conversation with us. That, she took better notes this time.
Mm,
She was
mm,
excited to tell me about the notes because she's actually ready to go do the work, right?
mm,
And also to I also have to know that when somebody comes to me, this is tender. And so when I'm talking to them about finances, I understand there's going to be resistance. I understand they're building a trust with me, even though they may come in thinking that they trust me fully. They're building that trust with me to be able to admit to things that is hard. Coach, if I don't see an example of something, I can't do it, for example. Or if you don't give me a step by step, my brain don't work that way that I can go find it. And I
yes.
really appreciate when my client tell me this because I can go set that up for them.
Mm-hmm. Good morning. Mm-hmm.
And that helps them. So by the time we meet again and I send them the information and they're coming back, oh, this is what I needed to do. This is what gonna move me forward. Here's the things that I wasn't even thinking about to check on my business. So somebody might come and say to me, my business make 5 or 10,000 a month, and when we're done, they might be only making 2,000 or 1,500 because they're not checking, they're not paying attention. And when you're seasoned, you just support. At least for me, I'm thinking they should know that that's why they're in business, especially if you tell me you're in business over 5 years. But some people still don't know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's just the way it is. They don't know. And so I help them in that area, right? If they're in debt, we look after the debt. We have to talk about the debt. Debt
Mm-hmm.
that is need to be paid down, or debt that they're incurring for the business, and having to understand how it works. That's where my bookkeeping come in and help them. My accounting background come in and really shine a light there for them. If they're building a saving funds for personally and to have money in the business, because that's a thing that I had to teach myself when I was younger. I would get the money and would be so excited initially, and I would just spend and help out A to B people around me. And then
Mm-hmm.
if the business have dark days, there's no savings in the business. And each
Yes.
business should have their savings so there's money they can go to, or something that can be liquidated quickly so that the business can move if
Ah.
the tide change. So
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff we get to talk about in the financial arena.
Wow. Okay.
And now, when people are not numbers people, it is really hard for them to break down those ceiling, those walls that they build up, because I don't like math. I was never good at math in school. Accounting makes my head spin. I don't want to see here about debits and credits. And I tend to not tell people that unless they need to know, because debits and credits scare people. So instead, I use regular language. It come in, it goes out. This depreciate, because this is what depreciation means, and it's losing its stem, it losing its value, and that sort of thing, so that people can understand. The other thing
I
is,
like that because it can be scary when you do not know the industry language for anything
mm-hmm,
because you feel like someone is talking a foreign language to you of,
exactly,
of which you have no comprehension.
no
So
idea.
it's like being an infant all over again.
Exactly. So I make sure I break it down, and I would give them the industry word because I want them to listen out in case they hear it again, to associate it with what I'm saying. So if you hear the word debit, here's what it means, and here's how I'm going to talk to you in layman language about it. So when you hear it, you understand what they're talking about.
Okay.
I want them to have the association, because not everybody's going to break it down like I do. And I still don't want them to be lost in conversations, because they can be in a place where an opportunity can arise. And if they don't understand, they wouldn't know that's an opportunity. So I still want to make sure that they understand what our word is for them. And each individual, it relates differently. And it has to, because of the business they're doing and what needs to happen, you know. So I want to take a break and say this here. For individuals, I wrote it down. A money coach can help someone develop a budget, pay down debt, build an emergency fund, and prepare for retirement. That's what I could do for you. Now, there's other things in between there, but those things is to let you understand. A business coach can help you. That's why I do both personal and business, because I find they mesh, as I said before, together. They go into each other. One is the other. This is why if people are nurses, they will start a business around nursing, because that's what they know. That's their core. They care for people. They're kind. They want to help other nurses. That's what people do. If you're a teacher, you want to help other people set up great lessons, teach them how to teach, and that sort of thing. And it coincides with who you are as a person. To fight it is foolish, in my book, in my opinion. You just learn how to systemize, operate, and set it up well. That's it. As a business coach, I can help a business owner manage cash flow, improve profitability, and make sound financial decisions.
Okay. Wow.
I shall repeat. For a business coach, I can help the business owner manage cash flow, improve profitability, and make sound financial decisions. Because unless it's just a side hobby, if you start a side gig, a hustle, turn it into a business, and want it to eventually become your company, because it's a different thing, become your company, entrepreneur, whatever you call yourself, you need to know these things, because you need to get yourself to a place where you're paying less in expense and more in profitability. And we do that in so many different levels to get you there. So that's what we do, so that people are not confused. If you miss it, and you can come back to this video and listen to what I talk about a business coach, about a personal coach, and how we handle both things. All right. Next week, we're going to go deeper into all the other things. Let me get a sip of water. My throat is dry this morning. I don't know if it's the weather or what have you, but my throat is just terribly dry.
So let me see if I understand that the job of a business coach is to get you to profitability.
Yes. Period. I mean, we're going to look after all the other things, but that's the job. We want to make sure that you understand you're in and you're out. And a business lifeblood is cash flow. If cash is not flowing, we got to find out where the leak is. We got to find out what you're doing. And we got to get you back on track. We have to. If we don't do it, if we don't help you do it, because help you do it, not do it. If we don't help you do it or see where it is and you're not willing to plug those holes, the business is going to suffer. So I'm going to give you, because I like to give you a story. I'm going to give you a scenario just to explain this whole thing, right? When my friend and I opened our daycare, we opened the daycare fully booked. And a couple of people on the waiting list. The place we wanted to buy, we couldn't get it zoned for the daycare. So we had to rent. And so we had to maneuver different things around. And I was in charge of the finances. So even though at the time I wasn't a coach, money's always my thing. So I was in charge of the budget and coming up with the design and a lot of the back end work that I know, because she'd work at the daycare, but she'd never operated a business on her own. So I was coming with a business background. And so I went in there and we spent, and we set up the business, guys. We invested um 10, I mean, I lie, roughly about 20,000 to open the daycare.
Mm-hmm.
And in the first year, we paid off the loan line of credit. We do through line. We paid it off within a year
Yeah.
because we budget and we charge right for the
Mm-hmm.
service. Rental pay, we paid ourselves the first year, not a lot of money, but we paid ourselves $13,000 for the year each. And we paid off the loan card that was the first thing, top of it. And we give excellent service. The next thing we did was open up a drop-in system. So
Mm-hmm.
we had our full, and then we had our drop-in, and then we had our after school. So we had layers.
Yes.
So that money's coming in all three spots. And we were never out of a waiting list. And our cashes were flowing. We had cash flow. What I'm telling you is a practice of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I do in my businesses. No matter how small they are, I tell people, no matter how business is tiny, once you set it up right, there's some little trickle that you can do in there that would allow you to pay yourself. What payment does is allow you to see that it's a business. So if you pay yourself $2, the business is paying you $2. I know it's not two, but I'm just giving a reference here, guys.
Yes.
Bear with me. $200. Okay. Now you can see that a business could be profitable enough to pay back the loan if you borrow a loan. And we could have stretched out a loan to 3 to 5 years, but that we didn't want a loan overhead. We agreed that we want to get the money in, get all the best equipment, and we could do it cheaper too. But we wanted to get the best equipment. We wanted the kids to feel safe, the parents to feel safe. Every parent that visits our establishment was in awe of the furniture that we bought and all the activities that it's going to do with the kids. And it's rambunctious. They can do whatever. It's going to be, they're not going to break, everything was great in there. And that was part of the selling point. We and the things we were providing, the program that we wrote together, the menu planning for nutrition, and just setting aside time to talk with parents were a big thing for us. So we set aside time. We talk every day, in and out. But once a week, we talk to the parent. If they had any concern, they can bring it to us right away. If it's something not urgent, once a month, we see them and talk with them, talk about the development of their child, what can be improved upon, what they can take home and do when the child is not there. We were just working with the parents. And of course, because of that, every parent sent us 1 or 2 people. You guys need to go to the child's place. The child's place is where you need to go. I tell you, Terry, last year I got, because we were in this program where they sent us stuff, and I said to the lady, we don't own that daycare. That's closed a long time ago. She goes, you know how long ago you guys got recommended to me? I got grandkids now, and I was waiting. I was like, we're not open.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, oh my God. This is good to hear though, right? It's still good.
It is. It is.
Right.
It means you had a wonderful reputation and people loved referring you.
Yeah. People love referring us. When we split and I opened on my own, same thing. I had people come back to me long after I'm closed because they were recommended and they kept my number. And at least 2 of them, I'd interviewed them. I couldn't remember, but they said I interviewed them and they felt so great. But life happened and they had some miscarriages and they weren't able to get pregnant. And then now they got a baby and they're like, oh, Miss Caren, and we know once we got a baby, Bill, no. No longer. But when you're doing good business, guys, this is a good feeling, even if you're still nodding it, that somebody would still look you up and still keep your information and still reach out to you. You're running a good company. You're running something that you could either sell or dissolve, whatever you choose to do. But while you're running it, you got cash flow. You're handling the debt management, like I talk about. You're understanding that you mightn't be able to get a lot of pay initially, but you work out. So in our situation, that was the first year. We knew what salary we wanted to earn in year 2, and the possibility was there because now that loan is paid off. The business had savings in it. I think we had paid like 3 months rent in advance, sort of thing. We were able to do a lot of great things in the business because I was able to financially, sit down, and had a good partner. Let me tell you about her too. She was a good partner that where my strengths lie, she just let me run with it and just sit down and have a meeting. And that's the big thing when I talk to clients. I say, you have to have a meeting with yourself. You don't need anybody else. I know it seems strange. It might sound funny, but you got to sit with you and you got to find out from you. Honestly, do I want this business? Do I love this business? Is this a business I could see myself running for the next 3 to 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
Do not feel ashamed if the answer is no. Shut it down and decide what you want to do.
There you
No
go.
matter who you're serving, shut it down. If you know you don't want to sew all day long, shut it down. Or you want to sew all day long and train somebody else to take over the sewing part, great. A long time ago, there was a lady on Shark Tank, and she's a knitter, but she knows she couldn't knit to grow the business.
Mm-hmm.
So what did she do? She went around to nursing homes, not the ones where the people can't sit up. Senior citizen home more likely than a nursing home.
Mm-hmm.
And she found out from the coordinator about all the knitters and who want to do more of it.
Okay.
And literally arrange a test run with them, check speed, time, quality. And she had, by the time she was on Shark Tank, she had about 12 to 18 homes that did the work. And she
Okay.
did the business. And she would just knit and come up with new patterns, new ideas. And once she got it, those seniors were so happy with her because it wasn't about the money. For
Mm-hmm.
them, was helping somebody live out their dreams. And she paid. It wasn't free.
Mm-hmm.
It was a paid service. And most seniors just took the money to pay for something for their grandkids, put them in some sport,
Buy
pay
some
for
more yarn.
something, because they didn't need the money.
Yeah.
But the joy of knowing that they were valued, that's what she said to Kevin when he asked. She said, the people is happy that they're valued. Somebody see value in them. Somebody see that they still have something to give.
Absolutely.
And that was the key. That was her selling point to them. Hey, you're alive, right? When you get up in the morning, you hang with your friends. What else you do? Oh, we quilt. Would you love to know you're doing it every day? And the ones who said yes, those are the ones that kept on. So some homes had 6, some homes had 8, depending on the home. And her business was flourishing. And let me tell you, the Shark Tanks are hard because she understood her numbers, because she understood where she was and how the business was running. She had 3 sharks fighting to hook up with her.
Gotcha.
And
Wow.
she took one because she said the only reason she's taking that shark is because she took Kevin. She wanted a shark who will not send her stuff to China. That was her big thing, because she doesn't want manufacture to leave the States, because she wants to keep these people functioning. So it was part community, part business sales. And the other big thing for her was more homes were contacting her versus she reaching out, because the word was spreading.
Yes.
And because the word was spreading, she needed advisors to come in and help her to make sure it's monetized well, to do the things that she wasn't good at, and that sort of thing. And he was saying, not Kevin, the other guy, the Canadian guy, he's the one who took her on. He said, I love the business model. I love that you're giving back. I love that you care, because he loved that kind of stuff. Yeah. And so she went with him. And she wasn't asking for much. She didn't want to give him a lot of, he didn't ask so much. He took whatever she wanted, and it was a sweet deal. So guys, whatever you're doing, if you love it enough that you can share it with somebody else to help you out, but you have to understand your numbers. That's what today is about. You got to understand the money your business need to make, but aside everything else, the money your business need to make, and how you need to establish where it goes and not just spend. You have to know. That's why the meeting come into place. and you have to understand how to handle your debt. You have
Right.
to understand, because for me and my friend, we could have taken our own money or use a credit card and paid off, and we could have just managed the debt ourselves. But we decided it made more sense with the deal that we got on our line of credit to
Mm.
use the line of credit and let the business pay it off so the business can really understand and we can get slack. It helps us in a lot of areas. Sorry, guys, going over a little bit, but it helps us not to slack off, to stay on point, to stay focused, to get that deal done because the bank gave us that line of credit I think it was a 10-month, um,
Yeah.
10 months a year where the interest was ridiculously low that we couldn't have said no. Prime was 4% with a 2 point something percent um, variables. So
Wow.
it was sweet. And we took it. That way we didn't type our own money. That way we had enough money because we know our pay was going to be small. So all those things are taken in consideration for us. And that's why we did it that way. That's why it's individualized in how you decide how you're going to operate your business.
Wow. Well, this is a banner day, guys, learning that, a business coach is there to help you get to profitability and that you have someone in the house who has already done it several times over in different industries. How much better does it get?
I
Oh
tell
my,
you.
you know what? I can tell this is a banner day. And you know why? Because today, I know this is going to blow your mind. Today is Francine's birthday. So we can say,
Happy birthday, Fred!
happy birthday, friend. We're sending love your way. And we just want you to know that we're celebrating with you. And we wish you many, many happy returns of the day.
Yes.
So happy.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear friend.
Happy
Happy birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
Yes. And so we thank you, Coach, for all your information about how to bring those profits in daily. Guys, remember, I said I was going to share with you the link so that you can book an appointment with Coach Caren. Let me find it here. Um, this is it. Oh my gosh. So if you're looking to book an appointment with Coach Caren so that you can find out how to bring those profits in daily, I'm also putting this in the chat.
All righty.
Put it over here in the comments. Um, and just explore. If nothing else, call her and explore. What are the possibilities for what you have going on right now in terms of in terms of where your business is and how you want to navigate what I call navigate the planet, but
Mm-hmm.
navigate through your business. Come on, guys. And there's never been a better opportunity to talk to a business coach. Okay. And then from there, you can figure out how to finance that opportunity so that your business can grow. With that, we want to remind you that if you're looking to become a part of BizChicks, you can simply text Biz to 33777
777.
or join us over there at bizchicks.net. We love to share
Yes.
with our community what it is you do and how you serve. So
Yes.
remember, we are here to help take the hassle out of your
Out of the
hustle
hustle.
and run a profitable business that's fun to run. Have a great day, everyone, and we will see you soon. Oh my goodness. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye, everyone.